What's going on? I just got done with my second read of This Is Where It Ends by Murray Key Nijkamp. And I would like to say that this book is like such a good book that it really locks you in your place. Like it had me just sitting there and just reading and reading and reading. There was never like a moment where it's just like a fade to black scene and then you come back. Like, no, you have to just be locked in and just stay reading and just fully understand the concept and just live out that was it 44 or 54 minutes of just the whole entire shooting. And I would like to list out some of the real world issues that I've seen in the book. There was gun violence, domestic abuse, some family trauma, homophobia. There is some neglect. There is social and kind of emotional isolation. And I want to talk about the isolation part. On the physical level of the isolation, Tyler locks all of the students inside, and he just really blocks off the whole entire like real world from the students inside, locking them all inside because they can't leave. It's locked all around, and while that the doors are locked, you have Tomas and Farid trying to find some like bolt cutters or something to cut down the doors, and they find one of the security guards that Tyler sadly shoots while looking for that. And that isolation part is just like really bad for all type of students that were in there, all type of like staff that were in there too, because it's just like, dang, that's really scary being locked inside of an auditorium with a shooter that just killed the principal on the stage. And the emotional level of the isolation is just like on Tyler's part, he kind of just feels really disconnected and like doesn't feel very connected with anybody in the story. He gets really devastated from the mother's death. Obviously, it affects him and Autumn, and I feel like he's really like possessive kind of over Autumn. He didn't want a relationship, or he didn't really like really was really fond of the relationship with him and with her and Claire. I think he felt like he was like losing his sister and just kind of just losing like the only person that like he really has kind of around like his age group. And just isolation is like a really big thing for like teenagers nowadays. I feel like not even like nowadays, I've like definitely like back then, just isolation just from these teenagers, just like, man, I've experienced this isolation. I've like had moments where I would just be at school just to finally, wake up, be at school, and I would just kind of back myself away from my friends. I'd kind of just go to my classes, go to lunch. Even during lunch, we were able to leave school. I would just go back home and just stay home for lunch, and then I'd come back to school, finish school, get everything done, and just either if I had like a practice or something, I'd go to practice, just do normal practice stuff. Excuse me, and then just go home. Nothing after that. I just stay on my game, play by myself. I didn't do a lot of stuff with like a lot of people back when I was younger, and I can really understand kind of Tyler's isolation in that sense. But for his, for like him being isolated and not having like anybody to connect with, he kind of felt like alienated, and like disconnected from all his peers, and he wasn't really able to like process or understand pain. So I feel like people not being able to like process and understand a lot of pain can really like bring out like destructive behavior when something like does happen. And just it was really like really bad reading the book. like reading his part, because it's just like I felt he could have went plenty of different ways about how everything went, but I don't support any of his actions of what he did. He killed a lot of people. Him shooting out both of his sister's kneecaps, killing her dancing dreams. That's just like that really hurt me, because it's just like, what? Why would you do that? She was really trying to connect with you, and she knows like who you are, like as like a person, as like a real person. She was really trying to connect with you at that point, and shooting out her kneecaps, killing her dreams. It's just like, I don't know, just like, why would you do that? And then him finally be able to like live the actions or the consequences of his actions by being pursued by law enforcement, and then him just killing himself after that. It's just like, for me, it's just like, why would you even do that? Like, what is the purpose of even shooting up the school, killing the janitor, killing the security guard, killing one of the main characters, Tomas, the two characters inside the auditorium? Just like, why, like, what is your reason? And then shooting out your sister's kneecaps, killing her dreams of becoming a dancer. It's it's just, this was really just insane to me. But this was a really good book. I really enjoyed just kind of just sitting down and just having like a full surreal moment, and just like kind of just not like inserting myself into the book, but like if I were like a background character in the book, about like how I would feel during this situation, like where I would be, what I would do, and like just having my imagination just like run rampant. This book was really good on like making me think about a lot of stuff. And my question was, when people are just experiencing like domestic abuse or trauma at home, what is just like a good way to not like see or figure it out, but like, I guess like, yeah, try and figure out like a way you can help somebody when they're experiencing something so bad and so horrible, and just trying to guide them in like a different path. Like, how could somebody be able to do that?